in present shock, you're also saying that there is a diminishment in all this. I mean, I think you use the expression that when you define this expression, present shock, a diminishment of anything that is not happening at this moment right now. And so explain what
a diminishment of everything that is happening now and surrendering to everything that's supposedly happening now. So what's happening now is we are in this room together. You know, it's not that my Twitter feed is pinging at me. You know, this is a faux now, right? This is the fake now on the device. It's distracting me from the moment I'm in, because the moment I'm in, and this is where I get kind of Marxist about it, the moment we're actually in can't be marketed. It's not a market phenomenon, whereas every time we're creating data with our device, we're contributing to the churn.
But there's also some fundamental loss of attention. I mean, you point out that being of the moment is not the same thing as being in the moment.
Absolutely. I mean, and because we're chasing a now that doesn't really exist. I mean, it goes back to sort of my second initiation with digital technology was in the late 80s when the internet came around. And a lot of us, I mean, I graduated college in '83. It was the beginning of the Slacker era. And the idea of Slacker was not to be lazy, but to have time to do cool things rather than getting some yuppie job and punching the clock and giving your time to the man. So the computer came around, and me and my friends thought this would be the great harbinger of Slack, because now we could work at home, online, in our underwear, in our own time, produce the thing, and no one will know how long it took me to produce it. If I can write a 500-word article in half an hour and charge $500 for it, you know, gig is in, right? I mean, this is all good. But instead of using these technologies in that way to create more time for us, you know, Wired magazine and the other friends of the NASDAQ stock exchange looked at the internet as a way to keep dying markets going, you know, to somehow recover from the biotech bust of 1987 and use the internet as the new poster child for the ever expanding marketplace. They wrote articles about the long boom, how we're going to keep growing and technology is going to let this thing happen, you know, and they ended up looking at human attention as the new commodity, you know, because they couldn't extract stuff from the third world anymore. There was no more developing world labor to enslave, so it's going to be our eyeball hours, and that's what they called it. So we developed what was called sticky websites that would keep people attracted to them longer, you know, glued to these websites, spending their eyeball hours. And we naturally moved towards, rather than having technologies that we could use in our own time in asynchronous ways when we wanted to work and then make more time for real life, we strap the devices to ourselves and have them ping us every time someone Facebooks us or tweets us or sends us an SMS, and we live in this state of perpetual emergency interruption, you know, which is the state of consciousness that was endured by 911 operators and air traffic controllers, and only for a few hours a day. And it does have this deleterious effect on our ability to contemplate and our nervous systems. I mean, we think our phones are vibrating in our pocket, even though they're sitting in the other room. And it's a syndrome, you know, called phantom vibration syndrome, right? Which is not an appropriate response to a technology, right? This is maladaptation.